name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today is Monday, 24th of October, and this is episode 42. I love to crochet and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for this knitting podcast. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutch English. I will share my handwerkperikelen, that's Dutch for crafty adventures, from last week with you. And it is mainly one, because mystery knit along it is. Last week it went wrong with my episode. I was filming and my phone was full. I don't know what was happening, but when I discovered I had two less. Last Monday on episode 41 it went wrong with my phone. I was filming my episode and my phone was full, I guess. I don't know, but when I discovered I had no time to make another episode, a long episode, so I did a very, very short one. Today I will chat some more, but I only have one project to tell you about and to share. Let's start at the beginning. What I'm wearing, no knitting today. Nothing, I'm sorry. There are days when I wear no knitting. There are not many days, but there are days. My finished objects are also none. I have no finished objects. Nothing at all. And my works in progress is also, I do have several works in progress, but they are all quiet and stuck in bags, in project bags, in my basket, in my handwerk basket, my knitting basket. And I have not worked at them since the mystery knit along has started. So mystery knit along it is. I will start with telling you about the mystery knit along. So if you do want to keep it a mystery, I am at clue 2, but I also want to share something about clue 3. And I will show my work, so if you don't want to hear it or to see it, if you don't want to see it, then skip this podcast and watch another one. My phone is ringing. So, back again. I thought my phone was in flight mode, but it wasn't. And I received a call from my mother-in-law, and that one you have to pick. I have a very lovely mother-in-law. But I have no idea what I was talking about, the mystery knit along, I guess, because that's the only thing. Before I started the mystery knit along, it was my idea to take it as a challenge, to keep up with every clue every week, to finish the clue before the next clue comes out. But normally I have quite some knitting time during the week. But the past 3 weeks were crazy. I had so many other activities, craft activities, but also personal stuff, and my agenda was full of all, and it were mainly nice things to do, but there was hardly no knitting time. In the evenings a bit, not enough to keep up with every clue. So I didn't make it. I am still at clue 2 and it's already Monday. But I'm still in the race, I guess. I'm absolutely aware it doesn't have to be a race. Have to be a race. The grammar. I have had 2 English speaking appointments with Sue and Ailey, and I chatted in English, and it was so lovely to have a conversation in English. I thought it would be much more exciting. It was in the beginning, but when we were chatting, all my excitement disappeared. And it was very nice to chat in English, and yeah, it was not hard at all. And they explained me the grammar, and I know now, but I still forget. So I have to practice. And I have to simplify it. It's not as hard as I think it is. I combine all the things in my head, but it's okay. But let's see. This Thursday, Clue 4 will come out, the last part of the shawl. And when I want to keep up with knitting it in 4 weeks, I have to finish it before November 3rd. I don't think I will make it, but it is still an option, a very little one. It is not that I'm for now quite sure that I won't make it now. So I'm still doing it, and it's absolutely okay when it doesn't work out, when I don't make it. But I like a good challenge still. So maybe next week, and now we have a holiday here. It's fall holiday, autumn holiday. I don't know how you call it. I don't know if you have it, but the kids are off from school, and they have their own plans. But with my youngest daughter, I will do some activities. So there's not as much as knitting time as during a school week. But from next week on, it will be okay, I guess. Maybe I will make it. Let's see. I have my mystery knit along in this wonderful project bag. It was a gift from a Dutch maker, a Dutch knitter, a Dutch sewer, in this lovely vintage fabric. I love it. It makes me so happy. Her name is, the name of the maker is Rachel. Her Instagram handle is Rachelabel. And I love it, I love it. And it was quite a big bag. I have a lot of project bags, all gifted. I'm so spoiled. But I don't have a lot of big project bags. And this is perfect for my mystery knit along. So we are big friends all week, all time. And we are spent all my knitting time together. This project bag and me. So let's open it. If you don't want to see anything about clue 2 or 3, then skip this video, because I will show you my progress. I have 2 needles in it, and I hope it will be okay. Let's see. I'm not sure where I was last week, but now I can tell you I am at part 4 of clue 2, I guess, the last part. Oh, the braids! I love the braids. They are so beautiful. They are my absolutely favorite part of the shawl until now. Last week I was knitting part 1 of clue 2, and it felt very nice. It was very easy and relaxing knitting. The garter stitch short rows were fun to do. I even loved the twisted rib. Normally I don't like twisted rib. I love the look of it, but I don't love to knit it. But it was not a problem at all at this show, and I loved it. Then some people had warned me before starting the second wing, because you also have. Oh, I'm stuck with my needle. It's dangerous. You also have a lot of garter stitch, but all the garter stitch segments are purled. The garter stitch is created by purling. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of purling. When I was filming my Dutch episode, I saw this stitch and I thought, is it a mistake? But I think it's just a loose stitch. Now I see it again. Okay. The purling. I have seen some options to avoid the purling, and you have to think it the other side, but I had no brain space to do anything different than Steven was telling me, so I did the purling. And I started with the Norwegian purl. That's not my go-to purl, but it is the one with the best gauge, with the same gauge as my garter stitch, almost the same. It's a bit looser. So I did the Norwegian purl, and it was okay. And I knitted and I knitted. Oh no, I purled and I purled. And then I was at the third segment, and last Thursday, and last Thursday was my first day with no appointments in weeks, and I was alone at home, and I had quite some, oh, this is part 3, quite some knitting time all day. So I had the plan to knit, purl, and finish this segment and start cabling, and so I could run into clue 3 very soon. But then I made a mistake in the I-cord. I don't know what was happening. I think they flipped for my needle, and I put them in the wrong way back to my needle, but there was a twist in my I-cord. It's a 3-stitch I-cord, and normally you have 2 stitches at the right side of your work and 1 at the wrong side, but it was twisted, and the 2 stitches were on the wrong side and 1 at the right side. I didn't like it. It was a detail, a little mistake, a detail, but I wanted to fix it, and especially want to understand what was happening, but I didn't. I didn't make it. It was. I tried so many things. Every time I knitted and ripped back, and knitted and ripped back, and then I twisted all the 3 stitches in all the different ways. But I didn't. I wasn't successful in fixing the mistake. It was very frustrating, and I knew. This costs too much time. You don't have to do it. You can leave that little mistake. It is absolutely okay. But it didn't work out. I had the motivation, and I knitted all day at one segment. it was quite frustrating. And otherwise, I also felt this is what I need at this moment, I guess. So I will let it happen. After that, I didn't feel okay with the Norwegian purl anymore. It's not my nicest way of purling. That's the Russian purl that goes quick and easy, and my hands love that movement very much. So I went 1 needle size down, because the Russian purl is quite a looser gauge for me. I went 1 needle down and finished this part quite easily, I guess. And after picking up the stitches for the cabling, you hardly can't see my mistake anymore. So it wasn't absolutely not necessary to spend so much time on fixing that mistake, but I don't know, it happened and I couldn't stop it. So I picked up the stitches for cabling, and I loved the cable part. It's quite a while ago I did some cabling. No, that's not true. I made a headband this summer, but it was a little cabling work. But I love the cabling, and I do hate cable needles. So when I don't know how to use them. They're always on the wrong side. They are too short. I don't know what is the problem, but we don't go good. We are not good together. Cable needles and I do have them, but I don't like them, and they don't like me, I guess. So when we were on holiday last summer, I knitted a headband, a cabled headband, and my cable needles were at home, but I did have DPNs, so I knitted the cables with DPNs, and it was so easy. My hands loved it. It's a longer needle, and I loved it. So I did the cabling with my DPN, 3mm DPN. I didn't cast on. Oh no, I have to tell later. So it was absolutely nice. The second cable part, I did the pickup stitches. The first one I used Steven's video all the time, and it was very nice and easy. But at the second part, we were watching a movie. It was Saturday night, and I didn't want to pick the laptop and check the Steven's video. So, and it was not quite the same because there were other parts. So I did it without a video, only with a pattern, and I think at the beginning it isn't as smooth as it could be, but it was absolutely okay. And that was such a nice experience for me as a perfectionist to think, oh, I know I could do it better, but I don't have the motivation. It's okay. So I did it without the video, and I'm quite proud how it worked out. I did make a mistake here. I discovered this morning in the cable, this one. And for 2 minutes I was thinking, am I gonna will I fix it? I can drop the stitches and fix the cable. I can do it, but it will take me some time. Do I want to spend some time in it? And I felt, no, I don't want to. It's okay. That cable is okay. And when I saw the cabling part, I'm not a fan of this kind of cabling. It's not my favorite cable. I love the more braided cables. And this one is more braided, as I love it. 1 minute I thought, should I do my own cables at this one, because I don't like that one. But when I saw clue 3 and I saw the little detail on this cables, on this cable, the antler cable, I thought, oh yeah, you have to. Stephen has ideas when he was designing this part, so let's follow his ideas. And I don't think there's something going to happen with these cables, but yeah, let's do his idea. So it's okay. I love the cables in the light color. That was a good advice, because when they were in brown, now they're nice. They have to block out and get a bit straight, but I love it. So this little cable here, little cable mistake, will remind me of my process, I guess. So I did look at clue 3 immediately. I'm not such a mystery person. When it came online, I directly skipped to the end of the video to see what was happening there, and I was, what is happening there? I'm gonna tell you. So if you don't want to hear, go stop this video, put it away. On this part, there will be long parts in the color opportunity color with also some cabling, and I think clue 4 will be some knitting with a lot of decrease, I guess. So this part will be such this shape in a point. Do you say it like that? But what will happen here? I'm curious what will happen at this braids. And also the fun part for the cables, for the end. Oh, my needles. I see myself in the emergency room of the hospital. What is happening? What is happening? What did happen to you? Oh, I put a knitting needle in my eye, and now I'm sorry. My fantasy is running away with me. But I saw this little I-cord sausages, I said in Dutch, but it's maybe of my color. This little I-cord things you can braid to the cable. I didn't try, but I love the effect. I love the idea, and I immediately knitted some, because that's a nice go-to work. I knit them on DPN, so it's lovely. You can put the stitches to the end and knit, so that's very nice. And you need 10, I guess, 8, 10, and you have to braid them through the cable. I love that idea, and I want the full experience, so I also do this. You can skip it. But I don't. I won't skip it. I will knit them all. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm still very happy with the colors. I'm absolutely enjoying the process a lot, and that was my main goal. But because I don't think this will be an active wearing shawl, I showed it to a friend, and she said, "You are knitting a cape." Is that an English word? Yes, I guess. I don't have a cape, so I don't know it will be a very long shawl. Yeah, so I'm absolutely enjoying the process, and yeah, I love it. All the needles, all the yarn. How will it look? Oh, that's the wrong side. I don't love shawls with a wrong side and a right side. I love it when the wrong side is also beautiful, and I don't think this wrong side is beautiful. So that's why I don't know if I will wear it, but we will see. I love making it. I absolutely love making it, and I can always put it on. It's just like a painting. It's art. It's a piece of art. I love it, and I love my colors. I'm very happy. So that is the only thing. Maybe I knitted a few stitches on my sock, but I don't even think so, because now the cable knitting is quite easy knitting. You have to pay attention at the beginning, at the end, and sometimes at the cables, the cable row, but mainly it is knitting the knits and purling the pearls. And yeah, I love to do it. It's quite easy and relaxing. So it's on my kitchen table, and I will pick it up every time. So I will finish clue 2 in a little moment, maybe tonight, tomorrow, and then I will pick up clue 3. Do you say it like that? I will pick up clue 3, and let's see what is happening there. And I'm very, very curious to clue 4. So when it's Thursday, I will immediately check Steven's video, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to finish the shawl. I'm still enjoying it a lot, but it is sweater weather. Now it is actually not in the Netherlands. It's quite hot. It's a gray, but also sunny. But the temperatures are quite high for October. So maybe that's perfect now for knitting knitting a mystery knit along. It isn't cold at all, and of course I have quite some sweaters already and cardigans. But when my mystery knit along is finished, I absolutely immediately jump in all the other all my works in progress, and it will be a bit more content for the podcast also, I think. But next week it will be mystery knit along only, I'm quite sure, and the week after that I'm also quite sure. So yeah, there will be other projects in November, but October is mystery knit along. So normally I try to keep up with all the comments and answer them and give them little hearts, but the past 3 weeks were so busy. I always read them, but I didn't reply. So when you are also knitting a mystery knit along and you do have time for leaving a comment, because you're already ready for clue 4, I love to read your experiences, to read what you love the most or not. And if you don't have the time because you have to knit to keep up, then I completely understand. So I wish you a very nice knitting week, and I see you next Monday.